Hi, fourth graders, sorry, fourth graders. We are doing lesson 83 today, and let's take a look at our ideas for today. So we're going to talk about tax and word problems and things like that. So we're going to start out by looking at how do we figure out tax on an item. Now this is a real world situation. It's something that you'll deal with. So let's figure out these taxes. So how to figure out tax, you take the price of an item times the tax rate, and that's going to equal your tax. So for example, Tom bought a toy for $4. The tax rate is 6 cents per dollar. How much tax did he pay? In multiplication, like the formula says, would be $4 times 6 cents, and that would give us 24 cents. Okay. I can also think of it like a chart situation where if $1, I have 6 cents, $2, I'm going to have 12 cents, $3, I'm going to have 18 cents, $4, and I have 24 cents. I add 6 cents on each time. So when it says it's 6 cents per dollar, for every dollar we have 6 more cents added to our price, if that's the tax rate. Okay, and that's how we figure out the tax item. The item cost times the amount per dollar, which is the tax rate. Okay, that's one of the things that we'll be looking at this week. The second one is, if including tax, how much was spent total. So let's say we have an item we buy, we know how much tax is, how much do we spend total. So the formula for that is the tax on an item plus the price of an item equals the total spent. I can use this formula to figure that out. If I know the total spent and I know the tax, I can find the price of the item, because we can say if tax plus price equals total, then total minus price equals tax. And so we could take the total spent minus the tax and get the price of the item. And so that formula really helps me, because I can write that formula down and then I can plug those numbers in and I can figure out my what I'm looking for. So first we have Ken bought 5 pairs of socks at $2.25 each. Now here's where reading the question carefully is important. He didn't buy 5 pairs of socks for $2.25. He bought 5 pairs of socks, and each of those pairs was $2.25. And then it says he paid 55 cents in sales tax. How much did he spend total? This is a two-step problem. So the first thing we need to look at is taking that $2.25 and looking at how much does he spend for just the socks. So we take 5 times 5 is 25. And then 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 more is 12. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. I put my decimal point and my dollar sign in. So he's paid $11.25 for just the socks. Now he needs to add into there his sales tax to find out his total amount. That's where you want to make sure, if you buy an item, to know whether it has sales tax on it. Is sales tax included, or do you need to add more money for that? Most of the time, the price that you see on an item does not include sales tax, so you're going to have to include that. You're going to have to figure that out and add that extra money in, just like we're doing here. $11.25. If he just had that when he was buying the socks, he wouldn't have enough money, because he had to add 55 more cents for sales tax. So 5 and 5 is 10. We carry that 1. 5 and 2 is 7, plus 1 more is 8. My decimal point. Bring my 11 down and put my dollar sign there. So he had to pay $11.80 total. The price of the items plus the tax equals the total. Now the third scenario is change back. How much change back does he get? So we look at this and we look at the total cost of everything, and then we subtract that from how much he gives the cashier. So the total for the coat was $45.40, and the tax was $3.50. Harry gave the cashier $50. How much change should he get back? Well, the first thing we want to figure out is how much did he need to pay the cashier? What was the amount that it cost for both the coat and the tax? When we look at the coat and the tax and we add them together, we get $48.90. So now we subtract that from that $50 that he gave to the clerk. $50 minus that $48.90 should give us how much change that he's going to get back. So we have 0 minus 0 is 0. More on the floor, so we have to go next door. Can't get anything out of that 0. Cross out that 5, make it a 4. Now I break that 10 apart into, or 1 apart into 10s, and so we have 10 there. Now we can take 1 away from there, make that a 9. And now we can make that a 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. Decimal point. 9 minus 8 is 1. 4 minus 4 is 0. So we have our dollar sign. $1.10 is what he should get back. Check your work. 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 9 is 10. Carry my 1. 1 and 1 is 2. Plus 8 is 10. Carry my 1. 1 and 4 is 5, and that equaled $50. So my change, or Harry's change, should be $1.10. So we take the total amount that he paid, the item plus the tax, and then we subtract that from the $50 that he gave the cashier. Okay? Last situation we have today in our lesson. It says, I had the choice of a taco, chicken, or ribs for dinner. I could have water, tea, or milk to drink. What are the possible combinations? And in this, what we want to do is we want to use, it's like a tree diagram, okay? And what we would do is we would take our food choices, taco, chicken, and ribs. Okay? So we have 3 possible foods. Now I have 3 possible drinks also. So I'm going to make a line out for 3 lines out for each. This is going to indicate the types of drinks that I could have with each of these items. So a taco, I'm going to have a W stand for water. I'm going to have the T stand for tea and the M stand for milk. So I could have a taco and water. I could have a taco and tea. I can have a taco and milk. I could have a chicken with water. I could have the chicken with tea. Or I could have the chicken with milk. Same with the ribs. Ribs with water, ribs with tea, or ribs with milk. Now, I would expect you to write this out, but just to save us some video timing, I'm going to do it like that. Now, when it asks us what are the possible combinations, then I can write those down over here. Tea and water, taco and water, taco and tea, taco and milk. And I could write those down nicely in a nice fashion. This helps me to organize it when I make this type of design. Okay, you can do that when you have multiple combinations. If you were to just try and write them down randomly, it would be very difficult to come up with, and probably you'd skip one. How many possible combinations are there? I can tell that too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 combinations. And if you noticed with that, I have 3 main choices and I have 3 types of drinks, which makes 9 total. And that can help you also come up with your amount of combinations. But when they ask you what combinations could you have, you'll want to make these trees like this. And they give you an example of that in your book as well. Okay, that's our lesson for today. Looking at that sales tax, how to find the change back, how to include sales tax by adding it and finding the total price, looking for the tax on an item to figure out how much did we actually spend and tax. All right, that is our lesson for today, and I hope you are doing well, and we will talk to you soon.